Hey there! So today we have a wonderful beer experiment where we're dealing with hoppy beers, IPA, and how these beers age in different temperatures. So I'm going to explain this experiment, but for authenticity's sake, I will blindfold myself, and my wonderful assistant here, Katie, will be doing this blind. So these three cans are about 10 weeks old total. I bought, 10 weeks old total, so 2.5 months old. I bought them in the cold case. One of these cans sat in a refrigerator around 34 degrees, let's say. One of them sat in room temperature, so sort of what you find on the warm shelf at a retailer at 72 degrees. And then one sat in our outdoor laundry room, and we're in Florida, so I assume anywhere from 95 to 70 degrees. So nice warm temperatures. And so with this 2.5 months, we're really trying to find out how the impact of temperature really affects specifically hoppy beers and oxidation. And I know that's been a little bit of the theme, or for sure a strong theme in a lot of the beers that buy in retail. And so people have been naysaying it. People, have bad experiences. Some people don't. I'm trying to sort of do one of these experiments. Something that I've personally just noticed, but at least the experiment sort of like confirms and helps confirm and deny. It's a small sample size, but maybe we'll actually have a few more experiments waiting out there to do it. So Katie's going to open them up. She's going to just mix them around. I for sure don't know which. I don't know anything how I'm blindfolded, but also the fact that I have no signs or signifiers. So really awesome. And again, I thought I'd just do this blindfolded at least for you guys to see that like she's opened these cans. Like this was not open and rehearsed or anything. These cans have been opened fresh. She's the only one that knows what's on the bottom.
I don't even know what's on the bottom.
Yeah, she didn't know what's on the bottom.
Because I just mixed them up.
We're just keeping the can with the glass together, right?
Yes.
While we're doing this.
Yeah.
And you know what? The funny thing, even if you pour them a little bit different, I don't even know. Like, maybe one of them has a little bit more head. Maybe, I don't know. What's the difference? But
yeah.
You can even pour them a little bit slightly different. I wouldn't even be able to visually tell you which one was which. So let me know when you're ready, and we're just going to dig into
I'm
them.
ready. Here's
Sweet
your
deal.
first.
Let's go, boys. All right. Appearance, who cares? I can always have you pour a little bit more for me, but
yeah.
I mean, appearance-wise?
Yeah, it's really interesting. One does have more head than the other. One has a slight head, and then, it could be just the way I poured it.
I'm not going to allow for appearance
attention.
than that to really tell the difference there, but color-wise, I think they're all pretty much the same. This one's cloudier. You notice that?
Yeah, I did.
You do notice that, but this one's cloudier, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. This smells oxidized to me. Maybe shining back on.
Yeah, she's going through her fun squealing. The evening squeal.
Pretty bland. Doesn't taste like Jai Alai. I suspect that this can... it still has, like, hoppy notes to it, but 2.5 months in, this is what IPA tastes like. That might be the outdoor one.
Okay, so we're going to say outdoor here.
No, I'm not going to... okay. I'm not going to confirm, but...
No, we're going to say first one is outdoor.
I'm going to guess. I'll do a final impression, guess, but... This one was... Again, this is not the freshest beer. We're at 2.5 months old, even in the fridge. Like, even if you had a Best Buy in a can in a fridge, I wouldn't go with... It depends on the beer, really, but, like, you can maybe stretch it, but 3 months is still not ideal. A lot of breweries still put packaging anywhere from 3 to 6 months, so for hoppy beer, at least. Yeah, this one maybe smells a little hoppier. I get a little bit more, like, sweet citrus on this one. This one's very flat on the nose. No, sorry. This one has maybe a little bit more citrus. One of the more telltale signs of IPA, of just specifically Jai Alai, is that ripping kind of mandarin orange tangerine thing. This one might be the fresh one. Well, this one didn't really have much of a head, so it's like hard to really get an aroma at first. But
do you want me to pour some more?
No, this one I do smell the citrus too. Okay. Well, it's hard. So this has to be the outdoor one, I have to say.
Do you want me to reveal?
No.
Okay.
There's that little bit of like accentuated hop quality. There's just a little bit more zippiness. There's a nice oily citrus thing that's coming in here. Mm-hmm. I think I want to say that's a fresh one.
Okay.
Oh, no. I keep saying fresh, but like...
They're a cold one.
Cold.
One that was kept cold.
I
labeled them cold, indoor, outdoor.
Sure.
Or inside, outside.
I'll just call them cold, warm, hot.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like vastly different.
Let me see. I gotta see this myself.
Smell this one. That's pure oxidation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can smell and taste this one. I mean, that's just pure.
Oh wow, yeah, those are like totally
But like
different.
you could just immediately like I've had retail cans of this, and it's just pure oxidation together.
Oh, interesting.
And this one, there's just more hop complexity here. This one tastes like a stripped version, almost like it was light, or just like didn't have the hop complexity out there. So final decision: cold, warm, hot.
Okay, let's find out.
No, don't pour in. Just
That way we can tip the can up. Oh,
just look at the bottom.
so you thought this one was which?
The cold.
This is cold.
Yeah. Which here, I mean,
This is warm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's inside.
Yeah.
I wish I could tip it up higher to show everybody, but I can't.
You know what? We'll just do-
And this is outside.
I'm just kidding. You know what? Just fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, now we're just being headache, right?
Well, we're gonna drink them anyway, so and we usually drink out of glasses, not cans.
I could read that. That is outside.
You got them right too. This is impressive. So that's outside, inside, and oh man, it's like
This one. Don't worry about it. Okay.
and cold.
Drinking out of a can, improper Cicerone way, just to do it for the channel, right? Honestly, it's not that hard. I would argue that for a lesser experienced palate, this and this are not as easy. But this is a huge outlier.
Yeah.
Like holy.
I mean, even the
have you
aroma
tasted
on it.
First off, you can see the differences.
Well, the head. We can't really show you from here, but like if you look at the head from the top, did you notice that like this one's kind of like almost foamy,
Rocky, yeah,
like
it's rocky.
rocky,
It's rocky.
and like these ones are nice and like more bubbly.
Tiny bubble, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's an appearance difference.
Yeah.
This one's just hazier. It's just hazier. It's not noticeably hazier. No, it's noticeably hazier. I have it in light.
Me. Yeah.
You can see that the fresh one's just hazier. And I want you to take a sip of this.
Oh, this one.
This one, holy smokes! Like we've tasted that in reviews consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that like paper baggy taste that I always describe. And like here in Florida, I mean, right, like this last 2.5 months, it's been about 80 degrees to 90 degrees pretty consistently. So it's been hot outside. So I mean, and I'd have to say that makes a huge difference. And that explains why we get so many oxidized beers here.
Yeah. I will also say you guys can sort of end the video now if you want to just get the results. We're gonna yammer a little bit more. I feel a little bit more interesting to just like dig into it and geek out because I literally don't have any like I'm pre-done this. Like this is just my experience now. I'm gonna yap a little bit more, but if you enjoyed the video, thank you so much. Turn off the video, fine. But if you want to stay, please stay. What else do I have to say? So this one is just disgusting.
Yeah,
that tastes like beers like that. And then this is now room temperature. So we when I go to the store and buy it, warm shelf. We're talking about 2.5 months old, right?
Yeah.
And I avoid 2.5 months old, at least in Florida. New York, I try to, go under 3. Then that's not bad.
Well, I will say...
But I've tasted the stripped away version of many beers where I say, I think this would taste great, but... I would think this would taste great, but...
Yeah, I would even say, like, the head on these two is more comparable still than this one. Like, before it kind of... dissipated from here. It was also kind of rocky, and we keep the house roughly between 70 and 75.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what a store would be at.
Yeah, and then our refrigerators average
taste
them.
this. And so what I taste here is what I've had a lot of, large breweries do. It's like an impressive beer. I'm really excited. I read things about it. And it's always going to be great, and it's 2.5 months fresh, and that's quote unquote fresh. But it's fine. It's hoppy. It's not terrible like this.
This does have like more fruit flavor.
And you dig into this, and then there's that extra pop. There's that extra like boom.
Right up
it's tangerine. It's orangey. What I get from Highlight all the time is like, and they give the note. It's like mandarin orange or tangerine. It's like this extra fresh, oily citrus that doesn't exist in this one. This one almost tastes like the pale ale version of this, or like Highlight light, or just like
right.
It's like, it's like black and gray, like it's not there.
Yeah.
It's just not there. Like it's just not the full richness.
It's not
of
as
black.
exciting and yeah, full.
Yeah. So that's what we get. We get 2.5 month old can that sit on the shelf. Unfortunate. But if you keep it in the fridge, 2.5 months in, tastes very good. This is what Highlight really should taste like. I don't think it tastes as well as the first month that I have it. So I bought it a month in. So I did a video introducing the experiment to you guys after a month of it sitting, I guess maybe in the fridge, but it was month fresh. Now we're 2.5 months in.
Yeah.
And it still tastes very good. You know, so this is like, if I do percentage, I'd say this is like 85, 90%, 85, 80%, somewhere around 80 to 90%. This is like, what would you say, like 75, 70, 70? 70. This is...
It's pretty gross.
I mean,
I don't know that I'm going to drink that one at all. I'll drink one of these two. I'll have these.
Taste those back to back, like, yeah. This is like...
Let me try them
this, because now you just hit all flavor. So what percentage of an IPA is it now just all flavor? It's just like devoid of any... It tastes nothing like this beer. Mm-mm. If you gave me these two beers and told me, oh, by the way, what do you think about this? Like, well, this one's oxidized. This one's very delicious. And it's like, oh, by the way, these are the two same beers. I'd be shocked. Yeah. Because it has no character that is similar to that one. Mm-hmm. It is oxidation. It's dominating. There's nothing else to taste.
Yeah, this is a really, really interesting experiment. And I would absolutely recommend doing this, you know, like just grab, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a super nice IPA or anything. Just grab a beer and try this on your own because like, this was actually a really interesting learning experience for me. And yeah, it's super easy. You just have to have the patience to not drink it.
Yeah.
So,
and it goes to show, like, do it for your own beer's sake.
Right.
If you're buying IPA, throw it in the freaking fridge. Don't leave it, or look, fine maybe for a little bit if you leave it warm, but definitely don't leave it in hot temperatures for extended amount of time. People like, there's another myth I have to talk about where people leave beers in their car for a day. I think this is also in the room, but that's a whole other episode. But also for you guys that work in the industry or can tell people that, you know, your bars and retailers, you know, like, of all the beers to leave out, you know, not the hot beers.
Yeah,
please,
not
like, I don't care if Bud Light's in the fridge. I mean, I guess it helps.
Yeah, we buy some of the cheaper ones, like the big cases, and that stays out, you know, sometimes.
No, but
lighter beers.
At a retail place, like, I don't need, you know, Blue Moons. You know, I mean, granted, that's what sells, but it's bad examples. But, like, make sure your hoppy beers, if you're a retailer or bar, keep them in the fridge. Yeah. Keep everything else out that doesn't need to be perishable, right? Yeah. You know, your white wines, even that aren't open, can stay out. Your hoppy beers will not last. Yeah. Right? So, very confusing. Sorry for the long video, but I think we got the message through. For the guys who stayed, I really appreciate you guys. This is super fun. And goes to show that, hey, I think I'm right. Like, I think...
I know. I mean, I was actually... Yeah. I was like, man, I didn't think you were going to be able to tell the difference between the inside and the cold, but I figured you'd be able to tell the outside. But I was actually really impressed that you were able to nail all three of those, so...
That's very easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Now that I taste it...
I'd say the beers that I review are anywhere... Like, if you had these even in flavor profile, they're, like, somewhere around, like, here.
Yeah.
Like, I get them around here. I never get them here.
Right.
I never get them here. But there's always
Unless
somewhere...
you get them from work.
Yeah, but, like just when I go to the retailer, it's somewhere around here, and it's as fresh as possible, and, like, you know, there's... Yeah, actually, the Voodoo Ranger and the New Belgium, some of the stuff I get really fresh, I get here. But some of the people like, oh, I didn't taste that in that beer. It's like, well, guess what? It's in this range where it's just not where the beer is at. It's just this faded version of what the beer is. And it's, you know, not that old at 2 months, 2.5 months. But that's what happens to beer when you leave it at room temperature. Always fridge your hops. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Hope this is educational. Cheers. Later.